folks, welcome back to the BamCast Podcast. The BamCast, as always, is the home of the anti-PC. Shout out to Boomjar Physics for the intro song, Prismatic Verse for the intro sequence. And while you're here, check out youtuber.com, promo code BAM10, you get 10% off anything you have ordered. And if you go over to Epidemic Sound, link below, your sound ambassadors. So, you click on that link, you get 30 days royalty-free music to use for any of your project or your client projects, and you directly help the show. Here with me as always, the faithful co-host Bobby B.
If you're watching and you see me look like shit, I'm tired.
It is currently 12:55.
Is it?
Yeah.
You're shitting me.
Nah, it's 12:55, my guy. Yeah, it's been one of those days. It's been one of those weeks, to be fair.
Wowzers.
We're supposed to pod a couple days this week, and every day.
It's just Wednesday, Captain.
It's been a long month. This week has been a long month.
Bro,
Big
God. And it's now Thursday.
You just mentioned that, like.
Fucking
Yep.
Anyway, hey all you cool cats and kittens.
I showed them the shirt.
Welcome back to the BamCast.
Carol Baskins.
It's not
Everybody knows that, right? Like, you guys watch Tiger King. Yeah, you guys are smart people.
How is there going to be a Tiger King season 2?
There is?
Yes, but how?
Isn't it probably about like...
One guy died and the Tiger King is in prison and Carol Baskin killed her husband.
You gotta say that louder.
I can't.
Carol Baskin killed her husband.
Allegedly.
Right? Carol Baskin
Allegedly.
killed her husband.
Allegedly.
Everybody who watched that show.
CYA. Cover your ass.
Oh, fine. Whatever.
Allegedly.
She did it.
That nigga got murdered. Fed to them big cats.
Doug, I was going to say, in terms of like efficiency.
I want to go to the place though in Tampa.
Oh, yeah. But in terms of efficiency, to get rid of the body,
you really can't do it any better.
Bro, there's pigs, and then there's purpose-built carnivores, lions. Like, them will get rid of that. Just take off the belt. Take off the rings, the shoes. Why am I telling you guys how to do this? If you've watched movies,
well,
you know how to do
any
this.
pig farmer, probably have a couple of bodies.
Yo, go watch Snatch. You remember that dog? You like dogs, eh?
You like dogs?
Oh, Snatchers are good. Since we're on animal facts, you want a weird animal fact I learned this week?
Yeah, I miss Animal Planet.
You find different ways, different pages to fill the gap. Like, I went on an animal fact binge, like for a good hour or two.
Reddit?
On Sunday. It's not Reddit. It's a page, I think his name is Casual Geographic. I think that's the name of the page on YouTube.
Is it Simon Whistle?
Who is that?
The British guy? This
is just a black dude, like just an average dude like us, using like his headset, and he'll like be talking to the headset with like he's on a green screen, so you have the animals behind him.
Just talk about animals.
Yeah, and he'll like drop like mad random facts. He dropped one, and a couple of them were like I stopped to go Google because no fucking way. One of them was, well, I'm gonna go through a couple of them with you, but one of them was since we're talking about big cats, tigers' back legs are so strong that even after they die sometimes, they stay standing.
Yeah,
That
crazy.
is a madness.
Like you can bust off a tiger.
Boom! Clap off the tiger head. It is dead, completely dead. Face down on the ground, front legs folded on the ground. Back legs up. Nah, Ben. That isn't. But that's why they have such wicked hops.
As I said, them niggas is killers.
Yeah, that's why they have such wicked hops.
They's killers, cold-blooded.
They can jump clean over like a 5 foot man.
Did you know that like pumas and panthers and like cougars are the same animal?
Yeah.
It's just different names for the same animal.
Yeah, that was another fact that I learned today. They're all essentially the same animal. And cheetahs are horribly inbred. When I say horribly inbred, they are all essentially genetically identical.
Yeah.
And they can't roar or purr.
Yeah. They just run fast.
Yeah, and they make like meow. Like that's how they sound. Meow. Like they don't roar, they don't purr, they go meow. And then run fast, get bodied by everything else on the savannah.
Yeah, cause they're maga.
Savannah. So your favorite fact of hyenas is a pseudopenis. You know they give birth through the pseudopenis. You know that because it doesn't expand like a vaginal canal would, a lot of times it tears and the mom will bleed to death, or it won't expand enough and the pup won't get out, so it suffocates and dies in the pseudopenis before it comes out.
And stays there or comes out?
I didn't follow to figure out what happens after. But I do know that sometimes it just too small to get out, can't fit, suffocate, dies. Sometimes it'll come out and it'll just split and then the mother will bleed to death.
Natural selection.
But on a happier note about hyenas, assuming the birth is goes good and there are no issues, mother hyenas are top 5 best, like most caring, nurturing mothers of all animals, including people. They will par with that kid for pretty much until it's a teenager, and they won't let anything touch it, like at all. Not even other ladies. It's like, no, this is baby. Another one is koalas. When a koala has a baby, the Joey, Joey don't. I think Joey might be kangaroo. I'm sorry. When a koala has a baby don't touch the ground for the first 2 years, like at all. Seal. Baby don't touch the ground for the first 2 years whatsoever. You forget up top. Yo, Bob shelled his phone, guys.
Yeah, oh, Jesus Christ. Hold it. Where's the fucking... I tell you, see, I want to press the volume button and I'm pressing the lock button.
There you go.
So, yo, before I fell on my phone, right? Like, I haven't fallen in so long. It was such a weird experience to me to just be like falling.
It's because we were talking about it.
I don't know, but anyway, I was cutting off a lock, and the force I had to put into the bolt cutter, when it eventually went through the lock, I just went, and I fell on my ass, but my phone was in my back pocket. So, like, a couple minutes later, I take my phone out of my pocket, screen shell, completely dead. So I was like, Jano. So I ended up buying a phone today. I'm a fan of blue phones.
He is. He's been a fan of blue since.
But the blue Pure that I had was like perfection. Like, they've never made a better phone since then. And
yes, they have.
Martin had the Viva series.
Yeah, that was slapping.
And the Viva's
the XL did slap. When 6 inches was like a huge phone.
Bro. Let me get to that. So anyway.
This nigga old.
So why I pressing the wrong buttons now, kids?
Because he's old.
My phone, I had a Pixel 2. I've had that phone maybe 3 years now.
4 years.
A while. 5-inch screen. Perfect for one-hand usage.
This nigga.
Right? I know where all the buttons are. So I'm over here pressing buttons in familiar positions and then nothing. I just pressing case or pressing the wrong button. So when I was looking for the phone though, I linked Martin being the tech guy. So yo, Martin, phone not coming at 5-inch again? Martin go, no, grandpa.
Yeah, I did say that.
Martin basically went, nah, grandpa, like...
Nah, grandpa.
Only minis.
Minis, and only really Apple makes minis.
And
Bubble died before you buy an iPhone.
Genuinely, if you will gift me an iPhone, I will use it gladly.
But he'll die before he buys one.
Dead a road under a JUTC bus before I can buy an iPhone.
So, as a result,
strong feeling
he got like refamiliarized with the current phone market and the fact that phablets don't exist anymore. That's just phone.
The word phablet. So I'm looking at the phone. So I go back to blue.
Old, you know.
I go to blue, and blue. I think like the top of the line offering they have now is the G91 Pro, which is a gaming phone, 6.7 inch screen. You see, I say 6.7 inch, my friend.
Man said, "Oh, that huge." And I know that's pretty much standard.
So I got to Martin. I said, "Dog, no one phablet that." Man said they don't use that word anymore. I was like, Jesus Christ, did I use the N word or something? Man? I was like, we don't say that anymore. Don't say that. It's just a phone now. It's like, okay, if you say so. What happened to one-handed use? Nah.
That don't exist. As a matter of fact, one-handed use don't exist so much that the man them created shortcuts to pull the screen halfway down so you can use because it's screen. This is 6.1 inches worth of screen in it. 6.5. The man stretches his
yeah. I don't phone enough no need for so big brother like.
Some man out the road here 6.5 inches and God wish.
Unnecessary roughness on the field.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
It was right there. It was right there. It's like he gave me the alley hoop. I could not.
Yeah, my brethren, we struggle in silence.
Right. Russia, pew pew. Big up Tyrone. Anyway, you're there.
Big up yourself, Tyrone. But I'm amazed that phones are humongous.
Yeah.
But anyway, this phone now, like, it's underpowered because, blue thing is budget phone, so you obviously where you save money is processing power. Mm-hmm. So this shit stuttering like a motherfucker. And like
stutter.
But I want a Pixel. But
Yeah,
I can't. I ain't got Pixel monies.
those are nice.
But no, this I'm learning this phone again.
My favorite part.
Customizing. You never understand how just where you know where everything is on your phone until you don't have your phone.
Yeah, nigga, where the hell is everything? Yeah,
like,
big facts.
Crazy.
Big facts. So, best part though, guys, about Bob being reintroduced to the cell phone market was the cost of cell phones. Them don't cost what them used to cost. Like, back in the day, a fairly expensive phone was, like what?
$3
Yeah. Yeah, and then
like 5 bills was ridiculous, and that was like iPhone, like Samsung when Galaxy just come out.
Oh, and Samsung Galaxy S line was
When the S line just dropped.
Yeah, and then the debut of the $1,000 phone happened, and that never looked back. That just became standard price. You know the new iPhone has up to a terabyte worth of storage.
I don't give a fuck if it comes with your firstborn child.
No, I'm not talking about you buying the phone. I'm not talking about you buying the phone. What I say?
A terabyte of storage.
Before you go off on your diatribe.
I can't.
A terabyte of storage, right? That's bigger than most laptops. Like 90%, I'm going to throw out 90%. That's bigger than most laptops. A terabyte worth of storage in your phone that fits in your pocket. I said this because earlier in the week I took a photo with my phone camera of an old camera that was really big. Technology, I don't even want to say don't wait for no man. It doesn't sprint. Technology, like it in a vehicle, and it just keeps upgrading the vehicle, and it just guns. Like, we're never going back, you know. The world will never step away from how integrated it is with technology.
No, and that's why Skynet will rise and take us over.
I should have seen that coming, but it's true.
Laugh. Amazon just released a robot my side.
Overlord, Google.
Alright. No. Amazon, Jeff, the man who flew to space for the fuck of it.
My name's Jeff. Yeah, no, I'm not talking about that.
For the fuck of it.
I'm not talking about that. That's stupid. People out there starving and
like this.
You have enough money to end world hunger a couple times over. But nah, I'm space. I'm not talking about that. Anything I can say, you all, I would hope, watching the BamCast would probably, also feel the same.
But anyway, phones are huge now.
Yeah. Can we go back to animal facts?
Alright, animal facts. Here's mine. Cockroaches can live for up to a week without their heads, and they really only die of starvation. Interesting.
There's a moth. Can't remember the name of the moth. You guys can do your Googles. It is a horribly destructive caterpillar. Mm-hmm. Because once it goes through the chrysalis to become a moth, it lives for a week because it has no mouth or digestive tract. It only lives off the energy it's stored as a caterpillar.
So it fucks up everything as a caterpillar.
What the hell is the point of your final evolution lasting a week? You can't ingest nutrients. You last a week the most. Right. Your whole point is to reproduce and then go lie down and dead.
What about cicadas then?
What about cicadas?
Cicadas reproduce on a 17-year cycle. Or 23 years, something like that. So we have different brood numbers and we know when each brood is going to emerge. Because we know the timetable. So they live underground, they emerge as adults for a week, they live for a week to breed. Then it's a mass emergence of them. Because everybody in the brood erupts at the same time or around the same time.
Mentally, that's a horrible picture.
So it's a whole heap of them. And they're all singing and making noise because they're trying to fuck. So they all breed, they lay the eggs, and the eggs are either in the ground or I don't know how they get in the ground, but cicadas live most of their life in the ground. So for the next 17 years, the kids that those cicadas have live in the ground. And then, obviously, after 17 years, they come out and do it again. But the biological thing behind that is that they are a prey species. So in order to ensure survival of the species, you have this mass emergence so that there's so much food for predators that enough of your breed.
Octopus logic.
Turtle logic. A lot of animal logic.
Just have so many kids, one of them for me.
Yes. But the whole point of it is that life doesn't have a point. Life is just persistent.
No. Remember when we
had this conversation?
No, remember we were dancing with Lucy?
Yes.
And we came to the consensus in that state that the point of life is
to give life meaning.
no. The point of life is to not die.
That's it.
That is, if you boil down what like life is, life wants to multiply and continue and grow. The whole purpose of life is to not die.
So on these weird animal facts, this is actually a fungus fact, and fungi are actually in between animals and plants. In all honesty, fungi and mold
they're their
are
own
somewhere in between animals and plants.
Enough so that they're their own thing.
Yeah. So, but there's one, a cordyceps fungi, parasitic fungi that takes over. I think it is snails or slugs.
Is that the one that treat up?
Yeah, and also sometimes ants. And what it does, it forces the animal, the insect or what arthropod, to climb to the top of the nearest tree in open view of birds, and then it actually creates this pulsing body in the eye stalks of the snail or slug, and that looks like worms, and it attracts the birds to eat it, and then it enters the bird's digestive system where it multiplies and it gets shit out and it lives its cycle again. In the ants, it forces them to go up the tree, bite down, and then they die, and then the fungus erupts out of the back of the head like a mushroom, because the mushroom is a fruiting body of the mycelium. You really should look into fungi. They're really going to save the planet. Well, they're going to take over when we fuck it up.
There we go. I didn't know they were going to save the planet.
No.
But when we nuke everything,
they'll be the ones.
They'll be.
There's a really good fungus documentary on Netflix.
What's it called? I'll go pre.
I don't remember, but I'm sure if you type in fungus
or
fungi,
it'll pop up.
So yeah, but they're fun.
On animal facts, this is the best description I've ever heard of a orca. Waterproof black Air Force. They're waterproof black Air Force.
God, what's that Baby Keem song? Do-rag activity.
They're waterproof black Air Force. The man they have been recorded as like there's a couple mantas, and this has been happening a couple times. Well, so they know think that this is just a thing they do, where they do the tail slap on the ray, right, to make it confused, and you think, alright, cool, so you go eat it. The man them spent an hour just big slapping it until it them like they were at the bottom of the ocean, just like a school, like just a little graveyard of them, and they didn't eat any of them. They were just nuking them because it was fun. They're recorded as slapping the piss out of seals so hard that when them go up and come back down, they hit the water with such force, the water tear the skin off of them, and they don't eat them. It's practice and fun. Like,
I mean, the punch seals in the kidneys, bro.
So there's a term, right, called terrain of fear, I believe. What that means is like big dog apex predator exudes such a threat that other things just will go in that area.
It has a AOE, area of effect.
Basically, right? Like an aura of death, if you will. You know what I mean? Orcas. Everyone thinks of sharks as like the big thing to be afraid of. It is recorded, right? The latest one was, I don't remember where. It was somewhere north, like further up US. Orcas were reported swimming off the shore in January. Sharks haven't been back yet. And that was an avenue for like sharks. That's where them did swim. That was like just a roadway for them. Orcas passed through and the man them dipped for months.
That's a bad area, honey.
How terrifying in the ocean are you that your presence alone make everybody else go, nah.
But bro, what do we call them?
Killer whales.
Okay, so
dead straight facts. Like it's amazing how accurate of a name that one is.
But bro, like
no, hold on. You couldn't name them any more accurate if you did try.
Animals is just about killing them.
With them face.
Like literally, like I'm going to kill you with my face because I need to eat you to survive, so I can go fuck.
But the overs that
make more of me.
But the overs that orcas have been recorded just nuking shit, for fun? Not for fun. That's a people thing. And that's one of the most evil things about people.
Why do dolphins rape?
Dolphins, orcas, same breed.
It's called them smart. Being smart make you go crazy, I guess.
And they don't really understand
Ignorance
consent.
really is bliss.
Yeah, well, ignorance
To a point.
with a pleasant disposition is bliss. Ignorance, the Jamaican version,
And I've told you guys
work.
this before, and I'm telling you again, ignorance in the Jamaican context is actually irascibility. An irascible person, someone who's quick to anger. Yes.
Whereas ignorance generally means...
A lack of knowledge.
But here's the thing Bob's overlooking. In Jamaica, it's both.
It's both of them.
Yari did send a stat in the group earlier. I didn't fact check it, so, that... I think it was grain of salt. It's probably accurate though, because him usually good on them thing there. Where it was, I might be missing the amount, but it's a pretty high amount. Something like 60% or upward of 60% of Jamaicans have 0 secondary passes. So that makes a lot of sense. Let me talk for a second. Let me look for the actual amount, because I remember I saw it and I went, "This real?"
And you know the fuck up thing, Martin. Give me that country. You give me a country with a bag of man who have no secondary passes. You know what I mean? See?
65% of Jamaican people, 25 to 45, have 0 secondary level passes.
You know what I'm gonna do with them people there?
Put them to work?
Farm. We're an agrarian society.
Yeah.
If we can't educate the people, at least make the fuck of them go work.
Trade school is
Learn a fucking trade.
Trade school is a thing that people look down on, but I don't get why.
Because we're a fucking westernized, capitalized shit on society at this point, right?
But I don't get the point. Alright.
Look at it this way. Alright, look at it this way.
Sure.
In Japanese culture,
yeah,
school children clean the classroom after school.
Yeah.
They don't have janitors. The kids do it themselves.
Yeah, so them keep
and
the
as
place
they
clean.
do that, they develop some sense of national pride and pride in the cleanliness of their environment. We don't do that in Jamaica. It is someone's responsibility to do it, and that person's looked down upon because they clean up my trash.
That part there, like the look down upon part, I do overs because somebody,
westernized society.
Let's say, so you're not doing the whole clean up for yourself thing. Somebody can clean up the garbage. Somebody has to clean up the garbage. How is that's a job?
The fact that you are doing that, this thing that I find disagreeable, means that you are somehow in a position that is lesser than mine because I don't have to do this disagreeable thing.
That's such a shit way to look at things.
Yes.
Like, it's a job. Somebody have to do the job.
Yes.
If there were no garbage
collectors, it's a
collectors,
dirty job, but someone has to do it.
If there were no garbage collectors,
we drown in filth.
We would literally drown in filth.
It's that
rats, pests. The place would smell like the 1800s.
It would be Wally.
You know something I rate about my father? Like, him is the kind of man where, irregardless of what you do,
he might show you the principles.
Irregardless of like what you're doing or a work or any kind of job you're doing, him always offer everybody the same thing, you know.
Irregardless isn't a word, kids.
I said, oops, it's not?
Irregardless is not a word.
Oh, oops. Anyway.
It's a double negative.
Ooh, that's interesting. It's interesting. No,
it's just regardless.
Cool. So, regardless of who you are, whatever, he always offers the same shit, right? Hello, pleasant manners, and want to come for drink. Why that hard for do? Why is that difficult? Like, why is that?
Because
so hard to do?
In westernized society, the value of self is paramount to the value of society.
Go again? Oh. Me above all.
Yes.
Okay.
In Eastern societies, it's the other way around.
All
above one. Yeah. It's a societal, familial, communal type situation. On this side of the planet, with the US influence, it's more, fuck y'all niggas, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to be rich. It's non-standard. That means it's been used so much that they've added it to the lexicon, but it's not a word.
So it's in the lexicon, niggas. I was like, I know I've seen that word and heard that word before. Is it like how they fucked up the meaning of literally? People use the meaning of literally wrong in an
illiteral manner.
For so long and so consistently. Instead of trying to change it, they were like, alright, yeah, we'll just add a definition too. So I guess that's like what irregardless would be. Interesting.
I mean, to be fair, man.
English is a shit
as I said,
language.
to be fair, English is made up. Every single word you know is
be fair,
made up or stored.
All languages are made up, aren't they?
Yeah.
All words are. Well, I was watching something.
Words are just sounds that we've ascribed a meaning to. It's just like names. If your name is, if I go and you respond, your name is now plain and simple. That's a name. Mike is just a sound I make with my face.
You know, it's pretty fucked up. When you went, I had a mental image
Of Bile?
I knew exactly. Man, I'll never forget.
You're a racist.
Fam,
Racism.
how you have exclamation marks
In your name?
in your name?
That's the Kosa language of South Africa. At least that's one of them. That's the one I know of. There are many others.
So, you know, so you can make different clicks. So you know you have
there's 3 clicks in the Kosa language.
Yeah.
There's a click. I can't do them, so I'm just gonna tell you. There's a click at the front, a click in the middle, and a click at the back. There's a and a.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that, but that's pretty cool.
So even Kosa is exclamation XHOSA.
You know, what?
The Kosa. Exclamation XHOSA.
The exclamation mark leading bun like
The
this
exclamation
destroys my brain.
is the click.
I know it just destroys my brain and I
But
see
yo,
it.
hearing Trevor Noah, obviously famous South African comedian.
Speaking that fluently is supposed to be.
He's like some of the sets he does in South Africa. He speaks a bit of Xhosa, and just hearing him speak a sentence hearing anyone speak Xhosa in a sentence is crazy.
That's got to be one of the wilder languages to hear. Like I
How
said,
do you master 3 clicks at the same tongue? At one tongue? How you do 3 click in a one sentence? Your tongue not twist up and flip over and them something, brother? That crazy. And they're not the only one. The Khorasan people, who are now the smallest ethnic group in South Africa.
as small as what?
Ethnic group in South Africa, because there's like a fuck ton, obviously, Africa. They were like one of the original people. Like people, like human being, original people. They're bush people, them call them. They're still semi-nomadic. They also have a click language, and there are a couple others. It's just that Xhosa is one of the most widely known ones.
I tell you, I was saying this earlier today that just looking at Korean lettering, it looks like a bunch of symbols that somebody just like nothing.
But when they explain it to you, has it ever been explained to you? It actually makes sense. Like in the way that they join the drawings together.
The way I like look at it and my brain just sees a shape. Like I don't ascribe meaning to the shape because I don't know. Is that the same way that somebody from that side of the world looks at English?
Fuck yeah.
Cool.
English is like a backwater language, you know.
English is 3 languages fighting for supremacy.
It's just a mishmash of every other language out there.
English is indeed. It's 3 languages is what? Latin.
Latin is the base.
French.
But Latin is
Spanish.
the base, as in Latin is the base of
Why do we stop talking Latin if it's the base of so many things?
because other things came up.
And just superseded the like OG that it's like in
Basically.
it's like in the movies where even if you go Mars, Martians speak Martian, aka English. You'd think Latin would have a similar vibe.
It's just that it's the foundation that
Everything else
the
built on.
Romance languages were built on.
You'd figure if everybody knew the base, it would just like you'd have your own thing, but then also keep the base.
No, but alright, let me tell you, languages is a crazy thing. Like I've been on Wikipedia a couple times, guys, like the rest of you, and I've ended up on the language. Like I've googled people groups, I've looked up people groups and language bases, and like them explaining where it come from and them kind of thing. They're crazy. Like Europe on a whole is ridiculous. The amount of tribes that existed before modern states as we know them, the whole tribal culture and just little pockets of people all over the place. And just being separated by a mountain range meant you spoke a different language, even though 200 years ago you were the same people until some guy went over the mountain
and made his own thing.
And then they just started speaking differently. Y'all just started speaking differently, different accents, different words for the same thing, and it became different languages.
Languages being different because our people are overs. Accents mess me up. Accents trip me up because Jamaican are that big. Kingston's accent is different from St. Thomas accent, and sure as fuck different from Clarendon accent. Why do accents develop? I've googled this a couple times, and there's no set like this is why it happens. There are a bunch of theories. But accents are by far the weirdest part of language to me. I've always been in different places and you just have to communicate this way, you develop your language to different people. I completely get it. All of we in Jamaica talk English, but all the parishes have their different little twangs and additives, their bena and them wena, as Bob would say. But why? Where does that come from? Any ideas, Bobbert?
Literally just geography. And also...
for accents though?
Yeah, and... Alright.
America can overs it huge. Jamaica not that big.
It's also the type of people that settle there. Jamaica having a slave culture. Different groups, different tribal groups may have settled in different areas. Also the different...
I didn't think tribal groups had
different colonial influences on the language, because St. Elizabeth has a really high German population or German descendant population.
Red
because
people.
A lot of Germans settled in St. Elizabeth.
Jamaica would say red people.
So the RPDs, the red people them. Same color as the dirt, fun fact. But that's
no correlation.
So that may have had an effect on the dialect of Patois spoken in that region.
Generally.
Westmoreland actually has a history of Spanish settlement. I didn't know that until very recently. There was
I forget Westmoreland's a part of Jamaica.
There's that as well. Where's Negril? It's
on
the west. On the west end.
There's Westmoreland and Hanover. Them part of Jamaica don't really exist in my brain.
I said it to somebody the other day. Wait, no, please. Listeners, viewers, you know nobody from Hanover?
No.
Alright. It's a government plot. It's not real. No, but
I've been to Hanover.
Which part?
I've been to Hanover.
No, you got Negril.
There's that. That's not in Hanover.
You got Negril.
Yeah.
You drive through some part of Jamaica and end up at Negril.
What that Hanover?
You ever meet nobody who say, yeah man, a Hanover me come from? Never in my life. Me know people from Westmoreland, me know people from every other parish. Nobody come from Hanover. And if you
it's a government plot. What would be the point of the conspiracy?
Why have a point? Move your blood. Yo. Let me tell you something. I asked somebody, right? When I came to this realization, I asked somebody that was nearby me. I was like, yo, what is Hanover known for? And you know them look at me and say,
Not
God
existing.
No. You know them look at me and say, it clean.
So nobody in the day.
How is your claim to fame that you're clean?
How can nobody in the day?
Nobody's there, you're not real. Listeners, please comment. If you're viewers, you're up on the YouTube. If you come from Hanover, let me see your birth certificate. Because I don't believe that place real. Your driver's something. You can fake driver's. I don't know what they're going to show me to prove it. You have a car, my God. Because I
have a show me the side where I say, welcome to Hanover.
With the Pepsi sponsorship on I don't believe it real. This is me sitting at the table with the sign, Hanover is not real. Prove me wrong.
And we're back.
The government plot that is Hanover.
You're an idiot. Oh, that made me cry.
I had this conversation and the person said to me, they said, no man, Hanover real, but the people in Hanover don't really leave the parish. Because it's not real. You can't leave a place that's not real. I believe Ochi is a different country. I fully believe you need a visa for go Ochi. That me believe in.
Wait, what? Why?
You never hear that?
Yeah, but why do you believe that?
Ochi don't. You see curfew at Ochi?
Yeah.
You see cruise ship a come in?
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah. Different country. Yeah. Hanover don't exist. 14 parish there Jamaica. The 14th one, Portmore. And that is a proven fact. You can look that up. Portmore is a parish.
Portmore is not a parish.
Them get parliamentary approval to apply for be a parish.
Yeah, so them need a hospital.
Them is a parish. What I know, name the hospital now Hanover right now.
I don't know.
Right now.
I don't know Hanover. Right. I forget Hanover was a...
You can't forget something that not real, Martin.
Shut up. Hanover, Jamaica Hospital. Come. Give me a name, government plot. Noel Holmes Hospital in Lucy.
Yeah, man. That sound real?
See a picture here?
Mm-hmm.
See,
that stock image.
It all have like a Facebook page.
I can
Lucy. Who money from Hanover, dog?
Nobody. I don't know anyone from Hanover because it is not real. It's like the dog death.
The bad youth tag. Anti-vax energy. Alright. Cool. I'll run in this one though, because it's funny.
Man's an anti-vax energy. Go fuck yourself.
That you never like. You hear telling a whole parish don't exist. But anti-vax energy was the nah. This dog is a idiot.
Man.
Birds of a feather though.
No. You know, somebody did tweet. I bet the tweet say your anti-vaxxers are the first people to get vaccine for them pet.
Huh?
Why?
Oh, the shots.
Why?
The doctor says so, but then nobody. All of a sudden, everybody became geniuses, bro. And like,
why, if you don't believe in vaccine for yourself, you believe in the vaccine for your pet? Quelle est la différence?
Here's a story I was listening to earlier in the week about anti-vax parents, or anti-vax people rather, what made you change his stance. There was a brother who like had 3 kids. It was stepped kids. So it's like every other year there was a kid. So 12 go down. Baby born. Baby have some like, I think it was lupus or like a really, really, really bad immunodeficiency disease. Whole family got vaccinated. When I say got vaccinated, I don't mean like one or in parts, how we usually get vaccinated or immunized as a child. I mean they got everything, one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the one go. And he was complaining and cussing that this is fuckery and doctors make you sick and how him did sick. Dog, you're sick after, like, you normally feel like shit the day after a normal vaccine. 1. All of them?
In one go.
You know, must feel like, dude. Why be, like, correlation not hard in a dog.
Yo, it's
but
like,
enough people just don't do it.
I mean, 2 years into pandemic.
It's just been 2?
Yo, whatever
it's
y'all
just
niggas
been
wanna do, please go die outside of the hospital.
It full.
If you're going to be an anti-vax, so we need it for people who have sense. Like Martin always chides me for having my beliefs in a what's the calling? What's the word?
The great calling.
No,
the other.
The terminology for getting rid of a certain group of people.
Shit, it's really late. That's why it's flying out of my head.
But it's that plan to get rid of a certain group of people. It's not, guys. It's late.
It's really late.
Brains are more
continue talking. It'll pop into my brain.
But like you. It's not
eugenics.
Eugenics. So Martin always chides me for my belief in eugenics, but
because Hitler believed in eugenics.
Yeah, but that doesn't because Hitler believed in butterflies.
You're gonna go the same. No. Don't tell me that butterflies is the same as calling people on genetic. You want that slap me?
Anyway, Martin always chides me for my belief in eugenics, right? I'm not a full believer. I'm just saying there are points. Anyway.
Can we do eugenics based on like sense?
It's really funny that because the IQ test is not.
No, not IQ test. Sense.
But that's what I'm about to say. Natural selection.
We'll figure it
is acting in a eugenic manner.
Yeah.
We're calling the ones without the sense to know what's good for them.
Somebody said that the pandemic really showed who you can't fuck with during the zombie apocalypse, and let me tell you, a lot of people would not survive. It also said that the pandemic showed you who would hide the fact that they got bit in a zombie apocalypse.
Yo!
So many people.
So many people would hide the bite.
Would hide the bite and fuck up the whole thing for the rest of the time. That's basically what y'all doing, bad man. Like, if you were to take the plot, not even the plot, if you were to take what happened or happening in the worst parts of the world and make a movie plot out of it, you'd call it unrealistic. You would a lot of things are so strange that if you were to take them and write them as movie plots, you'd call them unrealistic. Like, just the scale.
Real life is always like, there's
Facts stranger than fiction.
Yeah, there's some things that happens in real life. Like, all right, look at it this way. Fiction is based on experiences or an extrapolation of experiences.
And it'll never be weirdo.
If you can't create an original experience in a sort of way, like until it happens to you or happens to someone and you know about it or you even consider the possibility of it happening, you would never be able to create an art that represents it.
It'd be unknown.
It's an unknown. It's something you never know. Mm-hmm. So life is what is when life happens. That's the new origin. That's the OC. That's the original content right there.
That's the OC.
That's the original content right there. That's that shit that can create new variables.
Man say, yo, this is the standard universe, and then everything else is the AU.
Exactly.
Yo, life is weird, bro.
Yeah, so if it have happened in real life before we can create art of it.
And then they try to like do exaggerations and all of this stuff, and then you'd think, Bombada, wild, like unrealistic, that would never happen. But then you just hear some of the random things that like happen in real life, and you get confused, and you kind of start thinking, might be in the Matrix, you know. I was thinking this earlier in the week, just my brain travels over the place. If the fact is that you can't prove that this is not that life is not a simulation. You can't prove it's not. You can't prove it is. It's one of those things. But let's just say it is. Imagine the computing size and processing power and storage to run 7 billion individual campaigns same time.
If I had enough PS5s.
No.
Sorry, no, what's the one they use for supercomputer? PS3. If I had enough PS3s.
No way, bro.
I could do it.
7 billion individual
I would have
free.
I would have to use
a large
quantum computing.
So you'd have to use something amazing. You'd have to use DNA computing.
Powered by a Dyson Sphere.
For those of you who don't know what a Dyson Sphere is, please go Google that.
Because I am obviously at least a class 5 entity.
Class 5 civilization.
Class 5 civilization.
Intergalactic varying civilization who bend space-time to travel quickly.
If I'm creating a whole universe for 7 billion people to live in, I must be a class 5.
7 billion individual open world campaign.
Running on a AMD Athlon.
Crispiest of graphics.
Running on that GeForce.
Yo, here's a high thought we've all had before. Well, for those of you who smoke weed. What if life, once you leave the room, stops?
If it just pauses until you re-enter the room?
What if life only happens where you are? Everywhere else you aren't, pauses.
It's like...
That's not possible, we all know. It's just a fun thought.
Alright. A continuation of that thought, I sometimes go off into weird like thought trails where I'm just like...
All the time.
NPCs. Everybody else in my universe is an NPC.
You're an NPC in somebody else's universe.
I'm an NPC in somebody else's universe. Everybody's living their own story arc, and I don't play a part in a majority of them. But I exist, and my arc is important. So which story am I the main character of?
Yours.
But what about everyone else?
That's their story.
But they're NPCs in my story. That's
Spin-off culture.
Everybody's a spin-off of everybody else.
Yeah, a spin-off culture.
And we'll all show up in each other's episodes from time to time.
Yeah, basically life is one big crossover event. It's the most ambitious crossover event.
It's crazy. These aliens, the Jewsians.
Oh my God. We're back here.
It's South Park. I'm not doing anything bad. It's South Park. You can go watch the episode.
Yo, I'm just thinking about that train of thought that we were on a while ago. If 7 billion people, everyone having them own they're the main character in their story. Everybody else is essentially NPCs. That would mean that in somebody's story out there, just from the number 7 billion, you are the villain.
It's like sometimes I'll be like anywhere in public and I see somebody on the phone having like a heated argument. I'm just like, Jano, you're the fuck up, but I'm just here living. Yeah, but we live in the same life on the same planet at the same time.
Sex education. On Netflix, y'all should watch it. Fire.
There's a line that
the dude that looked like a knockoff Drake, There's a line he said when they went to the war part. One of the kids was like, yo, people used to have to fight wars. And he says, they still do. We're just lucky. Right now, as we talking or as you're listening or watching this,
people are dead in a war.
People are dead in a war and people are tech land. And like all the things that you thought, that you think of like back in the day, back in the day, the Bronze Age, these things that used to happen, they're still happening right now. We are just exceptionally lucky to not be born into that shit.
Exceedingly.
Like, we're just really, really lucky if you, like, when you meds it like that. And that line did catch me, like, it was in my head for a couple of days. I was thinking about it, like, yo, that's a real prayer, dog. Like, right now, as I sip this water with my best friend and we record a podcast, there are 5-year-old child soldiers out there now.
It's like, I always think, like, growing up, celebrity culture fascinated me. It still does, guys. I can't believe y'all niggas really buy into all of that shit for the most part.
Like, so them are God.
Yeah, but like celebrity culture fascinates me. So sometimes I'd think to myself as a kid, like, I'm just here watching TV. What's my favorite celebrity doing right now? Like, I'm here doing this podcast with Martin. What's LeBron doing? Part. What's Drake doing?
Someone's mom.
Like shit like that. Like that
life continues.
It's that thing like that them claim that Albert Einstein said that everybody has the same 24 hours. We don't. That's a one. We don't.
That's a big fact.
That's a one. And two, that shit crazy to me. Cause like we do in a way. Like we all live on the same planet, exist in the same time, faced by generally the same conditions. But we're all experiencing different
7
things.
billion.
Life is all about that experience.
Wow. Yo, just what you said, like 7 billion people.
All
experiencing, all with 24 hours.
All experiencing different things.
All unique experience. Life is maddening in the dog.
Crazy. And wait, no, that's just human life.
That's just human. Yeah, I'm not trying to get into
even the aminals.
I'm not trying to get into the aminals, bro. God.
And the aminals we don't know about. And the bacteria and the virus and the fungi.
I ain't sweating for the bacteria, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Life, we need it. We have it on us right now.
Yeah, but I ain't sweating for it. It's one of them things that I know it's there, but it's not gonna pay attention to.
But
happy for it.
I'm just saying, life ridiculous, man. Like like I always say it. I don't know the meaning of it. All I can do is describe it. It is tenacious and persistent.
Another thing I heard that did like catch me. We are living creatures made up of dead stuff.
Yes.
Individually, none of the things that we are made of work.
Life. Yes.
All together, it makes us.
Elements. We are made of star stuff, as Black Science guy said.
Yeah, we're made of the same shit as stars and all. Like, life is a madness,
Professor
bro.
Manhattan.
My guy got bored with life on Earth and was like,
just went to make new ones.
I'm gonna go make new life. What the fuck? Yeah, Manhattan. Dr. Manhattan. Dr. Manhattan.
Dr. Manhattan. He's a doctor, not a professor.
Dr. Manhattan.
Doctor, professor, officer.
He gotta be one of them. I'm gonna look up how powerful he is.
Soldier, sailor, tinker. What was the name of that movie?
Which one?
Soldier, sailor, tinker, spy, or something like that. Anyway. But yeah, no, like, even like, as you said, the elements, like somebody, remember that, like, what's a human life worth? Well, elementally, about $20.
That opening line was the opening line for every Full Metal Alchemist episode, you know.
Really?
It's one of the opening lines, like, equivalent exchange. It's a closing line for what could be worth that of a human life or human soul.
But another human life.
Yeah. And then the concept of like one versus many. There was a dude who was like the religious leader for these people who were being like shelled out by the military. So they go to the leader of the military and he was like, yo, I am the leader. Take me, spare them. And the man was the humongous to look at him and was like, what makes you think your one life worth them 500? Mom, knock off the 500. I was like, yeah, damn. That is how people preach. Wait, why do you think your one life worth the 500?
Boom, bang.
Man, just knock off the 500. War is really shitty. People can be shitty. People can be real shitty. We're not going to end on that note. One more animal fact and then we'll end. One from you, one from me. Shoot.
Wow. Whales have the biggest penis in the animal kingdom. The whale penis is called a dork.
Huh?
D-O-R-K, genuine fact. A whale penis
No,
is
it's
called a
not.
dork. Swear to Bob.
Googling that. Googling that. You keep talking.
Some, I don't know if it's all, but whales have bones in their penises. So do dogs, actually.
In parts of British Columbia, Canada, the word dork is referred to as the male genitalia of a whale. Wow.
There you go.
Damn.
Now you know.
My super short show.
They have bones in their penises. So do dogs.
Dogs have bones in their boners?
Yeah, they actually have boners. Yeah.
Damn.
Human males do not. Fun fact, I know there are some people who believe that
You can break your penis?
you can break a bone in your penis.
No.
Or that the penis is a muscle. It is neither. It is spongy tissue. Corpus cavernosum. It just fills up with blood. So when you break it, what you do is you snap the sponge.
We have a virgin whose brother did that.
Yes.
On his honeymoon. He was
chasing his wife
up the stairs with a bone
on the stairs.
Fell on it and just
broke his dick.
Fam! You know what's the worst part of that? The mending process of that?
Swells up.
Yeah. You know the worst part of the mending process of that is? After them stint you up, you're not supposed to get an erection. When men sleep, every hour, every 90 minutes, on the 90, you get a stiffy, and it's not none weird. Your body just doing system checks.
Yeah.
That dog had to break his sleep just to not get the woody. Literally just all right, can go back to bed now. Just he couldn't have because that's a horrible life to live, bro. You keep that. There's many a thing, many a horrible thing out there. I don't want that one.
Let me see any other penis facts.
Why we have ducks?
I was about to go. Ducks have corkscrew penises.
They're fucking long.
As do pigs.
And dorks. Wow. Ducks rape and practice necrophilia.
Yes. Pigs have corkscrew-shaped penises, like the tail, funnily enough. Pigs also have the longest orgasm known in the animal world, 30 minutes.
Yeah. You know, dog, a 30-minute, you have to get tired.
That's crazy.
Of the orgasm. It can't feel good for 30 minutes.
To finish now?
It can't feel good for 30 minutes.
Ask a woman who has multiple, she'll tell you.
Yeah, but it's not 30 minutes. It's burst. 30. Nothing feel good for 30 minutes, Bob. No, even sleep feel good for 30 minutes. Falling asleep, fantastic. That wake up to go back to sleep, great. But when you're asleep, you not feel that. Even sleep feel good, dog. Even sleep feel good for 30 minutes, bro.
I don't know.
Even a massage feel good for 30 minutes. You get bored.
It works. I don't know. It works for them.
I'm jealous. A bad mind. That's what I thought. That's what I hear. A bad mind.
That's what I'm hearing.
I'm trying bad
not
mind.
I don't want to say anything.
Absolute jealousy. I want to experience that. And the multiple nutting thing.
They might die. Yeah.
The multiple nutting
women,
thing. The multiple nutting that women with their multiple orgasms and their orgasms last longer. I know sex feels better for you. Well,
some of you.
This nigga over here. Running joke, inside joke.
This isn't about me.
Yeah.
This is about animal facts.
And aminals. Bonobos. Wow, one blood clot brain.
See that, right?
That was amazing.
I read the brain.
That was amazing. Bonobos just bang it out for everything. Literally everything. The only way they won't do it is son to mom. But besides that, it's a female-led society of animals, and any and all conflicts are resolved through sex.
Yes.
Man, them just bang it out. If me and Bob start I shove Bob and Bob shove me, two women would just come all right, sex Bob, sex him, calm everybody down. Seems like a pretty work society.
It would work for us.
No, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work for us.
It
wouldn't work for us. Bonobos, by the way, exist only in one place because that landmass that it was cut off by a river, and I think it's in the Congo, I'm not sure, and they just exist there. They're one of the 5 great apes, and they exist nowhere else.
We're one of the 5 great apes, by the way.
Yeah, we are.
In case you think we're not aminals.
What else would we be?
Humans. Some people don't think we're animals, bro. Remember that?
Okay. You're bad upcoming.
Jesus Christ. Christ.
You're about upcoming.
So
guys, thank you for listening to this episode of the BamCast. You don't know.
Mom's about to come and tell
Mom's about to come kick Bob's ass. It is fairly late though. So thank you for watching and listening to this episode. Shout out to BamCast Physics, intro song, outro song, prismatic verse, intro sequence. Remember, check out youtuber.com, promo code BAM10, 10% off anything I've ordered. And our epidemic link is below. Click it, get yourself some royalty-free music, and support the page. Dropping bombs on your moms.
Fuck our lives.
Bye, guys.